Will practice pay off for the drivers? Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
The Miami International Autodrome has some lovely long straights, but a driver still needs to have total trust in their car setup to get a fast qualifying lap. Turns 14 and 15 in particular are the ones that catch the drivers out in qualifying.
Oh, it's not going to give me the cutscene. How sad. But provisionally, P1 and P2. Safe. Okay, Sergeant will be first. First into the barrier, apparently. Ah, good grief.
I'm in the wall.
Logan. So there's a red flag. What does that mean for... What does that mean for the rest of the session? Does that mean that's going to get drier or wetter or what? That's basically the end of Q1, so we're comfortably through, but Ocon, Gasly, Magnussen, and Zhou Guanyu all out. Yeah, they're not even going to make an attempt. Move! Man.
I got blocked.
Ah, shot. 39-0 and 38-8. Maybe it wasn't too bad. Lando's going to be okay, but Piastri's going to have to deal with some traffic again. Oh, good grief. Well, purple-green. Lando's going to be okay. We'll see if Oscar is. I mean, we're green, but we're in the drop zone. He didn't improve. He's going to be out of qualifying.
Pretty bad last lap.
Yeah, that's mighty unfortunate. So, yeah, we're out of qualifying with Oscar Piastri, but can Alexander Albon get himself ahead of Daniel Ricciardo? The track has gotten wetter since that time was set. Will it be an improvement? Will it be enough? No, Alexander Albon stays P15. So Piastri, Hamilton, Bottas, Hulkenberg, and Albon all out of Q2. That is kicking the dick. Shouldn't have to worry about any traffic here. We are purple currently. It's all going to come down to Tsunoda here. Although Tsunoda starting his lap, we might be on for pole position here. So a great time to go here for Lando Norris. However, everybody's going to start their lap again. So provisionally we go P1, but I don't think that lap is going to stand unless the people that went out just now are going to catch traffic. Come on. No. Well, Max Verstappen plays spoiler, but P2, we'll take that.
Okay.
Okay, to you too.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. And for Lando Norris, this is another chance to see what he can do in this car.
They're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds after lights out.
And this is it, the Miami Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out and away we go. Welcome to the streets of Miami. Pretty decent start there for Lando Norris, and not necessarily so much here for Oscar Piastri. So looking at the field, a lot of people opting for a set of soft compound rubber. However, we are one of the few Mavericks that have opted for a set of hard compound tires. So really got to push a lot, make sure that we maintain this track position. But I think this could provide dividends towards the middle portion of this race when it comes to flexibility. And then for Lando, just keep up with Max, and we'll see how it goes. Let's at least get even with Max to see what Red Bull are trying to do here. Also, we've overtaken Daniel Ricciardo. Big plush. Max has wisely picked it up here a little bit. Meanwhile, Piastri's making moves here. We might be able to get ahead of Tsunoda. Up to P7. Piastri's cooking. Come on. There we go. So Max and Sainz have both come in. We've got a bit of tire to burn. Let's go for the overcut. Let's see how well this overcut works. So into the pit lane, onto a set of medium compound rubber. Looks like we're probably going to aim for mediums at the end. But as Piastri and Alonso continue to have some fun, Verstappen and Leclerc have already gone by here at turn number 1. As you can see, going to be a little bit closer between Fernando Alonso and Oscar Piastri at turn 1, but wisely the Spaniard will go ahead and back out. So out of the pit lane now, onto a set of medium compound tires. We will have some traffic to deal with, but overall, I think we're in a pretty good spot.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car. Now this is where the RB driver's involved. All good at this point. Struggling with the car. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that had on the tyres.
Right, pit stop time here for Oscar Piastri. His one and only pit stop in this race onto a set of medium compound rubber down in a lane 2.5. Not too bad from our guys. So pretty good stuff there from the McLaren boys out in P9. Now we just wait on the final pit stop here for Lando Norris. Yeah, we went long trying to catch a safety car, just didn't quite amount to anything. So on to a set of soft compound rubber, although I don't think we really were in contention for the race win anyways. It will be close between Perez, Leclerc, and Norris. At pit exit, we come out just behind the monogas drivers. So, I mean, we're on a brand new set of softs. We can push to the end, sort of, but obviously, yeah, need to at least get back to P3 to be able to stomach this GP. Well, yeah, Perez has given us the inside. Perez? Nice. Perez has given us the inside up the I'll just say up the bottom, but that just doesn't even sound any better. So up to P4, Perez is pitted anyways. Now we're on the back of Leclerc.
We think a little bit more like.
Damn, I know how to speak.
Confirm.
I mean, much worse tires here for Charles Leclerc. Should be an easy overtake up the inside. Back onto the podium. Maybe, just maybe, we can catch Carlos Sainz.
And Verstappen finishes first.
Astounding. I don't think anyone would deny them their victory lap after a race like that.
Yeah, he put the pants on all of us today. So Max Verstappen wins the Miami GP. Sainz is P2. Excuse me. Sainz is P2. But for Lando Norris, I think realistically this was the most that we could have done today. We're still just a step or two behind Ferrari. And yeah, I think today pretty much showed that. Leclerc will come home in P3. Perez will come in P5. I mean, Piastri will come home in P6. But even with the weird strategy as Sergio steals the fastest lap there at the end away from Oscar Piastri, it really was just kind of a race of salvaging what was a poor qualifying effort. So not the end of the world there for ourselves. Alonso P7. Russell will come home P8. Stroll will come up just short in P9. And then Hamilton will come home in P10 for what is another difficult weekend rather, for Mercedes. So P6 and P3, not the end of the world, but yeah, got to start picking it up here.
And on our screens at the moment, the McLaren driver.
Yeah, and in the end, it was a finish in P6, which will bring in a few points.
And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
A second podium of the year for them. Well earned after a demanding race out on the track.
And after a hot and sweaty Miami Grand Prix, I think this is as good a time as any to cool off. And with that, our weekend in Miami now draws to a close.
Now the teams will be looking ahead to Imola, where the season progresses with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Get ready for some fierce competition.